Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow comrade. This is Biafra Radio, and we're reaching you from our studio here, United Kingdom. Today is the 24th of year of our Lord, March 2025, and today is the day um, that the zoo want to rewrite history. We are scheduled to come up on air by 10 o'clock, but as you know, the zoo always, their scheduled times cannot be emphasized enough. But as it stands right now, everything has gone within the opposites of what they've done in Abuja today. But we got our man on the ground to come on air to give us the, on-spot account as we promised. And that's why we're coming on air now. We're supposed to, this is the actual time scheduled to come on air. But the court proceeding has already been done, and I think he adjourned on the 29th of April. But I will bring our man on spot account to give us what has transpired in that Abuja High Court today. Mazi, lawman, the floor is yours. Please just give us an on spot account what has transpired this morning, and those that want to tell us exactly what has happened there in Abuja. The floor is yours, Mazi lawman. Please take over.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi Umeh. It is good morning from here. Kindly confirm you can hear me.
Loud and clear, please.
Okay, the proceedings came up today, in a very manner that we never envisaged. Mazi Kanu was smuggled in, so to speak, from the back door. They'd never gained, family members, friends could not gain access to the courtroom, But however, the matter did hold. The matter did hold today. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
I think it's working. Okay. The matter did hold, but briefly, I hope Biafrans are aware that the matter did take a new direction, new judge on seat, and also an addition to our team of lawyers, and a lot happened, amended charges, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pleaded not guilty. I would want us to hear from our special counsel, Barrister Loy Ejimako, who would give us a summary of what transpired today in court. So the next voice is his, as Biafrans would pay attention to what's happened right from the changes and amendments in charges and also adjournment. Thank you very much.
Go on, please. Are you putting him on the video? Okay, thank you very much.
Greetings, Chikwas, greetings, Biafrans everywhere, and all men and women of goodwill. My name is Aloy Ejimako. I remain the special counsel for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and just about less than an hour ago, we concluded the first hearing in his case since a new judge was assigned to his case. I'm not going to be verbose or too lengthy in what I'm going to say. I'm just going to give a brief synopsis. The federal government returned to court today with the outstanding 7-count charges. And of course, as the regulations or the procedures will require, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was required to take his plea, and he pled not guilty. So the matter was adjourned to 29th April, 2nd May, and 6th May for further hearing. And another development that happened is that the legal team has been expanded. I made a tweet earlier on. Those that are following me would have seen that the legal team has been expanded with the addition of 2 senior advocates of Nigeria. And the legal team, for the reason of the expansion, having 2 senior advocates of Nigeria, now has a new lead counsel. And the name of the new lead counsel is Chief Kanu Godwin Agabe, and a senior advocate of Nigeria and a former senator and a former 2-time attorney general of the Federation. So with the expansion of the new team, we intend to engage this case with new strategies and new approaches and not yet explored before. And we are hoping that sooner than later, we shall prevail and justice will be ours. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I think that's enough.
Yes, Mazi. Thank you.
So that was the voice of Barrister Lloyd, who was just giving us a briefing. As the briefing sounds, was so it did transpire in court. In a matter of minutes, a couple of minutes before we could say Jack Robinson, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has pleaded not guilty to the charges brought before him. And all of a sudden, they made him made away with him, so to speak.
Okay. I think the network, the epilepsy in the zoo
Through the
is
back
break.
door. We didn't even know what John.
Yeah, you're breaking up. I think this network. But the most interesting thing is that our special counsel, as it stands right now, so everybody have heard him. We have a new lead counsel.
Oh, good God. You know. So, Biafrans, friends of Biafrans and lovers of freedom are
Sorry,
very,
sorry,
very,
sorry,
very
Maz,
keen.
Lawman.
Sorry,
You
sorry,
are
Maz,
breaking
Lawman.
like about couple, like
You are
about 60
breaking like
seconds. But we're
about
hearing what you're saying.
Okay, yeah. I was just saying we've had series of judges right from Justice John Soho or whatever. I don't know. I apologize for the last name if I did mispronounce. We've had Justice Bintanyako, and now we've had another. So we are going to put this very judge, the new judge, on litmus test. Litmus test, so to speak, in the sense whether or not he would, try this matter procedurally and fairly. Yeah. And we also have expansion, as Barrister Jimako has just put forward, expansions of a legal team. We've added 2 senior advocates. So today was the charges were read, charges number 1 until 7. The defendant, Mazi Namdekano, pleaded not guilty. So that was what transpired in summary, and the matter has been adjourned until 29. I don't know if you have any question, but other than that, this is where I think we should close the page.
Yeah, thank you very much, Maz Lawman, for your tenacity. And indeed, like you said, there's a series of judges that have embarked upon this suicidal. Because if you look on the screen, what we put there is fair trial or no trial at all. Free Mazim Namdekano. The fundamental question here is that how is he going to try Mazim Namdekano? Before he should do that, first thing first, they have to ascertain how Mazin Nadekano was brought back to the zoo. And that is on its own is a crime against humanity, which United Nations has already highlighted. So we are waiting to see where they are going to end up with this. And we are not sensing that this is a tribal thing, because if people make themselves a willing to, then we'll see how it plays out. Regardless how they want to swindle our leader from the back door, try to stop the family members, they cannot do all of this. If they want the rule of law to prevail, then Onyendu must have access to his family member, especially when he's in court, to be comforted. So, like I said, regardless what they do, we are here. We're not going anywhere. Biafra and across globe, people have heard what happened. And the good news is now that the legal team has expanded, as our special counsel likely said. Agabina is the lead counsel. So, regardless of what anybody's thinking, at the end of the day, what matters in this struggle as we are right now is that our leader is still standing. Ma, as a lawman, I can't thank you enough, because a lot of people don't know what it takes for us to be here. Oluchukwu Biama will continue to strengthen those that are still pure in heart. Mazi, I will let you go, as you said, before I say one or two things and before I close this program. What coming out this morning to make sure that our voice heard, and this hallowed platform that will propagate this gospel will continue, to soldier on. Thank you, Maz Lawman. If there's anything you want to say to Biafran before you leave, you can go ahead and say that. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you for coming. Can you still hear me?
Yeah. As an aside, I can hear you. Can you hear me? As an aside, there
Yes, sir.
was a sort of litigation in court. I was meant to understand. Well, let's see how it goes. But what I'm trying to say, as I said, this is an aside. It is not the main matter. The prosecution were cool-headed this time around, and there was a sort of mutual respect. So the atmosphere was less tense, and I think it's a leeway, in quote, for the next meeting or the next proceedings we're going to have. So all this boils down to the direction I am trying to put forward. that next the ball is in the court of the judge, the now judge, to make things work and put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to trial fairly. Because it's one thing to put somebody to trial, it's another to, you know, put shambles. If they are ready to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I mean, in the next case, I should expect accelerated hearing, you know, to the substantive trials, and as well provision of their witnesses. We want to see that immediately. We wouldn't want to have all those series of delayance, series of adjournments, and so, you know. So thank you very much, Mazi Umeh, for standing, you know, on air and waiting all this while. At this point, once again, I will take my leave. Thank you.
Thank you, Ndewoma. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, this is the voice of our correspondent down in the zoo, Mazi Lawman. Thank you. And we can't thank you enough. Like I rightly said, it is what it is. But the most importantly is that every single one of us have a fundamental question to answer. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you know, the previous court and the previous judge, which that wanted to use our leader for exchange of his family, you know, corruption charges against our leader. But the point I'm making here is that we are not here to sit down to talk about the legal proceedings, because anybody want to come to equity must come with a clean hand. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. Biafrans committed no crime. What we are fighting for is what enshrined in the African Charter and United Nations self-determination. And Onyendu remained the leader of indigenous people of Biafra worldwide. Nothing changes. And let me say this to be clear, that Nigerians continue to do this. The world is waking up. As long as the whole Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on solitary confinement, going to 4 years now, and you can see how he looks and how he speaks. The last quote, I have it here, I don't want to play it now. Onyendu addressed Binta Nyako, and Binta Nyako has gone into oblivion. And this new judge, I don't want to sense that this is a tribal thing. What Awolowo did to Biafrans, and our comrade Yorubas, Onyendu have played a very good part. Let the Yorubas be warned. You guys should not make yourself a willing tool, because the Fulanis are using you as a stooge, and you guys are allowing yourself to be used to do their dirt for them. But be warned, you know, because what Awolowo did after Ojukwu released him from Port Harcourt, what he did was went back and turned against our people. After the war, they gave us 20 pounds. Up till now, you guys are not satisfied. And now all these games you guys are playing, you're going to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man that was scheduled to go to court. Nigerian government take a patrol of military people to go to his house to kill 28 men, including Jack. After that, he fled. After that, he went to Kenya to kidnap him, to brought him back. Which ground are you going to start to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is my fundamental question. So like I said, Onyendu remain what he is. And I don't want to say much today because, as you guys know, it's barely like about 6 months we have not come on air, if I'm not mistaken. It's for a reason. And those that are thinking that the space is now for them, remember the accountability, because Biafra Alpha Power Media is going to come. And they have a lot of people to address. But this platform is a hallowed platform. Here is where we preach and worship Chukwuka, because there's nothing left for us. Biafra Radio remains the only radio that are approved by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And if you say that you are Mazi Nnamdi Kanu disciples, then you have to listen to every of his word, even if he didn't say anything to you. Just like the Yahushua left commandments before he left. Every single one of us that the hardcores know the commandment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It should not be lectured. It should not. No one should. It cannot be taken for granted. Those that are granted, those hardcores understood what IPOB stands for. Those that mocked our people that were killed in Iguacha, remember that we'll never forget. You know, you guys are doing saga. This is not time for saga. Or when we come out, we address, we hold you accountable with your own words. I want give you guys a free flow. Those that we are talking for a couple of months, over a year, when Onyendo was kidnapped, there was nothing come from us. But like I said, that affliction shall not repeat itself again. Everybody must be warned. Everybody must be warned. But one thing I must tell you, you see, this era has exposed every single one of us, including myself. All you have to ask yourself, why are you here? Why are you an IPOB? What have you contributed? Those that with Onyendu today turn to be the traitors, the fagin of our times. Or we'll address them on in a proper platform. Like I said, the court case has been adjourned. Like you guys heard, our legal counsel now until the 29th of April, and we'll oblige them. Let us still buying time. The time will not run away because we are here. We're not going anywhere. All we want, there's no fair trial without ascertaining where Mazi Nandekano was brought back from, because his fundamental human right has been encroached, and that's a crime against humanity. My fellow comrade and lovers of freedom, like I said, we're going to shut the curtain down here because the court proceeding is over today, and that was our main priority, to make sure that the voice of our people and the proceedings of Abuja was, aired on this platform, and every members of IPOB across the social media, and we've done just that. And like I said, and we're waiting till 29th again, we will convene here again to make sure that whatever they bring to the table, we will equal them with it. And may Chukwuka continue to, strengthen our leader. And those that are still faithful and loyal to themselves, because it's not Mazi Nnamdi. Mazi Nnamdi can have option to, to opt out, but because we sworn an oath to restore Biafra. Remember that the oath, some people think that the oath we took is nothing. But I can't say anything to you. It's your belief. One thing must kill a man. Remember that. So those that think we are stupid, we are dumb, we don't know what we are doing, remember we sworn an oath on this particular journey, and so many people have sold with their own blood. The two parents are gone because of the struggle. So many of our comrades died. Our brother that was died in Iguacha when Trump was inaugurated in 2016. Somebody mocked them. Remember all this. It is not in vain. But like I said, let us be warned and think beyond our own personal issues and learn how to respect each other is very, very important if we want to get anywhere as it stands right now. But like you said, I will draw the curtain here because Chukwuka Abiyama have taken his proceedings. And from me from here is good morning from London.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
He did me something in my case. I accused him. He was conscious official. I asked him to accuse himself. Why did the chief judge not insist I was right? He left my case. No, I cannot. Because I have a court order. I have a court order. You have released yourself. I have a court order. Anybody who disagrees with this order of court, go to appeal court. That's what you tell me all the time. You have conscious official. You cannot preside over this case number again. Not in this life. You cannot. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. A woman here cannot force this court to preside on my case. You cannot. Not today, not till forever. You are recused and you stand recused. Tell the chief judge, Nnamdi said, go on appeal. I recused him from my case. The state recused Justice Adema from my case. I did not insist Adema must hear my case. I never insisted. So why must you insist to hear my case? I don't want you in my case. I don't need you in my case. You are biased. You are biased. You cannot be in my case. A woman should do the right thing. A chairman of the board of bankers prosecuting somebody is impropriety. Nowhere in the world is such nonsense done. You cannot be hobnobbing with lawyers, hobnobbing with justices, and you're prosecuting a case. It's shameful. Absolutely shameful. Shameful. This is not a court of law. This is a shrine to injustice. And I will not subject myself to it. You stand, you choose, and you must take my case. You cannot try me. This man is not paying attention. There is an order of recusal, and he's a senior advocate, for goodness sake. There's an order of recusal. Is that not the rule of law? The law says if you disagree with this, you go on appeal. You are a grown-up man. Because of 300 million, you're behaving like a child. Go on appeal. Because of money. Because of money they're paying you from ATM surface, you are here standing and smoking evil. Because of money. A grown-up man like you say you have to want to behave like a man of honor. The rule of law says you go on appeal. His Lordship Peter, you will not try my case. Not on this planet Earth, I'm telling you that now. So stop wasting your time.
So that Paradise, as I said, the view of his part that the defendant has indicated that he will not make a formal application. I advise that the Lordship give us a 70-day for hearing.
You are not well. You are not well. I'm telling you, this is what I'm not well. This is an order of God. An order of God says Justice Beta Nyako is recused. An order of God. Order she made as an order. The same Chief Justice writing the stupid memo he's writing. I recused him. He was functus official. He sat on appeal. I took him to NJC. I recused him. Why did he not say I must sit on your case? Why in the case of his lordship is he insisting? He wants to embarrass her. He wants to embarrass your lordship by asking her to come and sit on this case. Is that what you're saying? There's an order of, give it to him. He doesn't have it. Give him an order of court. It's an order of court. Give it to him. He doesn't have it. An order, give it. He doesn't have it. It's an order of court. It's an order of court.
I ask your permission to address you. But let me tell the defendant that in everything life, there's need for wisdom. And wisdom is very important in this matter.
And telling lies.
It is not right for you to be insulting the teacher.
If you insult yourself, I will insult you. If you have no respect for yourself, I will insult you. Because people are telling the law, when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu, you turn the law upside down. The law says one thing. If the law says this paper is white, when I go to court, they say it's black. When I say it's black, they say it's white. Is that law? I'm asking you, a senior advocate of Nigeria, is that law? Is the memo from Chief Judge, is memo from Chief Judge sufficient to set aside and a court order? The answer is no. Why do you want to change the law in my own case? His Lordship, Justice Netanyahu, stand recused in my case. Cannot try me. Why don't you get it? Giving you definitely get for trial so you can do your mathematics you always do. People without shame. I have here before me for the benefit of Chief Awomolo because it seems he doesn't know the law. So I will tell him, this is national judicial policy of this country. Please give them a copy each. National judicial policy of Nigeria, national judicial policy. I will tell you what it says. Because you don't know, I will tell you. Talking about memo from the Chief Judge of the High Court. Judicial policy of Nigeria, 1C. I'm reading. Verbatim. In the performance of judicial functions, the judge is subject only to the law and must only consider the law. The rule of law in every common law jurisdiction in the world is that once an order of court is entered, the only way to set it aside is by going on appeal. That's the rule of law. But it's an advocate, you don't know. I will go to see. A judge must not take or attempt to take orders or instructions of any kind from anyone, even the chief judge, from anybody that may influence his decisions in the performance of judicial function. It means that his lordship, having entered an order of court, a decision between myself and her,